We've had a lot of things that have led to this moment. We've exchanged a lot of our freedoms, the freedom to eat, the freedoms, and we probably didn't even have freedoms back then. And understandably, we're only getting more of that. Back then, we were in a feudal system, sort of, In New Zealand, they were the first settlers. And mainly they subjugated even the Maoris, could divide and conquer. And so what led up to this movement is, I don't know. People didn't, they didn't make their choices. They didn't make anything. They were forced by these leaders, these self-appointed authorities, and all sorts, and they promised them, that would be, we would provide you food, we'd provide you all these things, we'd provide you very nice benefits and all that, we'd make it look as if it's nice. Sure they did, for some time, but we can tell, things went quite haywire after that. Everybody wants to see themselves the way it is, as it is, The way, wow, it's amazingly, we just go on with our lives, we don't care, And up to this point, people, because, like they say, the system, they're so dependent on the system that they would die fighting to protect it. And in the end, I feel like, you've lost out on all these things. You are fighting for the virus, I don't know what they say about all these misinformation, information, but clearly it states, when you add up the evidence that you see online, if the elites wanted to, they could really get rid of every disinformation out there, and we'd still be living in a society that might, okay, fine, there's no choice about it. And that would be still the same result, even worse. They could censor all these sites that tell us the opposite view, because sometimes the opposite view really leads us to what is right, It says we can't equate it to what belief or whatever it is that is right, but you can clearly know that, something like taking the train. If you want to go a faster way, or a better way, or a way that's different, it's not like that. Of course, it's similar in a way if you relate to how you choose a positive way, We can choose our ways to decide what really is good for us. Even as humans, we are born with a blank sheet, which in the case, it's not really true. It's like respawning, except you don't remember who you are. But aside from this spiritual sidetrack, getting sidetracked, I've read, these vaccines, Pfizer and all that, making all of them, and people are just saying, people are getting the Wetiko virus in them, there's something so strange and sinister about being led, that it's a mob mentality. People want you to really believe that there's something out there that's frightening us, and we want to know that the authorities are doing it, and we're switching on our own people. Of course, those people are always, materialistic and in a way, we have to save them. But because we've been so dependent on the system, we forget how to really understand these things. We're all concerned about our things that we do, blah blah blah, this and that, which does not really work. I mean, how can it? I mean, the life that we're going to live, and the life that we've lived and all that, it's just, is what it is. But coming out to a conclusion, if you have the right to refuse the vaccine, but there are ramifications. And that's the thing. People don't want to understand that they are so scared that they think, if I'm going to make a right decision, even the businesses. A while ago in Wellington, there was an art gallery that refused to just put up this COVID-19 tracer app. And Jesus, WorkSafe came down and it was just like, whoa. Man, chill out. I mean, it may be a real virus, it may be a biological weapon, but that does not mean, even if it is, the evidence is just not there. Not evidence, the fact, the reality is just not there. And again, why all the control? If you want to control people, this is what you do. If you wanted to get rid of a virus as soon and as fast as you can, because you really care about the safety of the people, you wouldn't be relying on vaccines. First and foremost, you would be telling people, grab everything you can, eat a lot of healthy vegetables. Vegetables, 50% on discount. Grab everything you can. And this is how you actually profit in the supermarkets. Foreigners will be profiting off these. Agriculture's everybody. And stock up to be healthy. If you're sick, go for a run. And then come back home and share the immunity towards other people, But we're not doing that. We are attacking one another. And so ironic with our Prime Minister in New Zealand here. And all these people telling do not be pillory, do not pillory the individual, don't don't go all mob mad on that, that worker. Because, they're not just, it's so ironic, that's what they want. But this is the fact, we're living in crazy times right now where people are just going insane to keep each other in line, and this is what society set us up for. It's no conspiracy theory, I tell you that. This is the truth. People, I think that's what they want. They want as much as they can have, so that the few, will benefit instead of the many. Because in their view, what are we good for? This is no conspiracy. When you're rich, and I've seen a lot of rich people. I've seen one of my teachers. It's just so awfully horrible. Just because you are rich does not mean you get to downtrodden someone else's dignity. The poor are doing that, and you're fine with that. But at the end of the day, you can still get the same treatment as any other poor guy would by the guy richer than you. Or even then, death or any kind of misfortune can always happen to teach. There's always a lesson in that. Because at the end of the day, but these guys, I don't know.